Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to another Share a Beer Show 552. Today is Saturday, May 9th, 2020, and it is the end of week 9. I labeled the show Should We End It? So, should we end the whole end of week blah, blah, blah? Should we do that? What do you think, Bum?
Oh, is that what you mean? I just thought you meant should we end it all, just like the chairman has told Mark, just end it all, Mark.
Yeah.
That's
we
what I
got to
thought
go to
you
the
meant.
top of the. We got to go to the top of the cat tower for that.
Yeah. I didn't think we were at that point yet where we would have to end it.
Well, we don't all have a cat tower though.
Yeah.
Right.
I do have an advantage. I want to kill myself. I got a good advantage over you
He's
guys.
got a cat tower. I can't. What can I go to the top of? I can't go to the top of my cat tower. I mean, I can go to the top of my virtual cat tower, but I don't know how lethal that is.
Yeah.
I mean, So, what do you guys thoughts about? Should we just keep it going for,
I don't know. It's going to take so. You started numbering these when you thought what was the maximum number we'd have here? 5, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
We could be into end of week 377.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because this is kind of, well, I've been saying it too since week 1, week 2, is I think this is some form of the new normal. I don't see how you put Genie all the way back in the bottle at this point.
Yeah, at least until you get a vaccine and most everybody's been vaccinated, and then you maybe it ends up being like the flu to a certain extent, but that's a year away.
Yeah.
And even if they come up with a vaccine at the end of this year, it's still, not everybody's going to get vaccinated in a month. It's going to, they're not going to have enough doses. So, yeah, I vote for stopping at week 9, and then we can just do regular. We can just check in every once in a while.
Yeah, that
liquor report. We could have the C report.
Yeah. Yeah, because eventually people will start confusing the two different sets of numbers on the show.
Yeah. I'll be putting Corona beer in Stella Artois.
Oh, okay.
Glass.
Ooh, that's cross contamination.
Yeah.
It is actually, yeah. And Stella Artois isn't really selling that well from what I hear. I have a story on that actually.
Huh.
But I love this wicked glass. Look at all the detail in that glass. This is an awesome
nice looking glass.
I don't use it that often. It's a fairly new glass to me. Nice smell of 4.6% ABV beer. I do have to admit, Corona does have its nice kind of crispness to it. I mean, and people do. They do it every day. They drink 2.5 million of these damn things. You can try all the beers, that's for sure. That is for sure. If there's anything I will admit, you can kill 12 of these, no problem. You could, not me, but I'm just saying you could. If that is your love of beer, if that is what you call I love beer, is drinking a lot of it, then you could drink a lot of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just had Cinco de Mayo this week, so I'm sure those people we saw last week, about 35 cases in Modelo, I'm sure they got through a lot of that.
And cheers to Neri, who's in the chat. Stop the lockdown. I'm going to post a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Right now. Let's see if we can get Neri
already in bed.
He's already in bed. Yeah. He put that in there, but awake. And what woke him up was the first crack of beer.
But now, if he watches this show long enough, he'll be sound asleep.
Yeah. The more canned beer there is, the less he has to worry about smoke, because there's just not as much good smoke happening out of canned beer. As a matter of fact, it catches you by surprise when you do get some good smoke out of a can.
Yeah.
Whoa! I didn't expect that. What happened here?
Ooh.
So I revealed my Corona. My Corona. What do you have, Mark?
I'm having a sour from Crooked Stave Brewing in Denver. This is a bottle I got when we were out there last fall, right before you and I hooked up for the Audio Fest. Corsica Wild Brett. It's a sour with peaches. Golden ale, aged in oak, 6% ABV, and bottled on October 2015.
Oh.
So, and yeah, Fort Collins. Yeah, we got it in Fort Collins. That's where we got it. But yeah, this was the one. I think I paid $12 for this bottle. So we shall see. I'm gonna take a picture of it. You know, anytime I pay $12 for one beer, that's like a case of malt liquor.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding? Yeah, that's what do you get in a case of malt? Is that 12? Is that did they get?
You get like 88 in a case.
Is that 12 40s? How many 40s come in a case? I have no idea.
Yeah, 12 in a case.
It's 12, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Farkle says you should drink malt liquor.
Oh, Farkle's in the chat. Oh,
You
we have royalty. We have. I think this is the first time we've ever had the King of Smoke and the King of Burps at the same time.
Oh,
have you? You've played some of his stuff.
We played Farkle's as the truck driver, Joe.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is really good. It's definite peach.
It's peachy.
Yeah, it's definitely got peach flavor, but it is sour. It's tart. It's like a tart peach.
Well, that's good. I mean, if it still held up all of that,
yeah,
5 years.
It's very, very good. Very, very good. Nice and crisp, tart, nice peach. No off flavors, anything like that. Just
that's good because I'm going to share the screen right now, and there's no description on this beer whatsoever.
Yeah.
So we've got 5,200, basically 5,300 ratings total. 6 in the last 30 days. 6% ABV, no IBUs rated.
7 in the last 30 days. Here, once I
now 7 if we refresh the page here.
Yeah.
So we'll refresh and see.
Yeah. So obviously a bunch of people drink on the now.
We bumped up by 1 right there. Now we're an even 5,300 official ratings.
Boom. There we go.
Just like that. Craft beer making it happen. SAB making it happen. Changing the world.
That's right. One beer at a time.
1 beer at a time. You witnessed it. Your beer counts, people. Your beer counts.
Good. That's very good beer.
Now we're at 5,300 total and 7. That was like the Jerry Lewis telethon right there. We refreshed it.
Yep.
We refreshed
it. Beer telethon. Refresh the screen.
We still stayed at a 4.2, 4.2 bottle caps, but hey,
that's a good one. But yeah, it's definitely sour, but it doesn't totally overwhelm the peach is still there.
So Farkle says, wasting your money with craft beer. Cheers. And we'll get to Vega's comment here. Malt liquor. There's Neary right there. Stop the lockdown. Already in bed, but awake. Watching you. He's letting you know. Got my eyes on you, watching you, making sure.
King of Smoke was watching.
I'm saying, yeah, King of Smoke is always watching. He's always listening and watching, staying focused. So, what do you got for us today, Bum?
Something that I don't know why I had high hopes for this. I ended up buying a 12-pack. It's letting me down a little bit.
High hopes. He's got high hopes.
Genesee. Schwarzbier from Genesee, of all people.
Dark Session Lager.
I bought a 12-pack of it, and as I told Mark while you were gone a few minutes ago, Joe, it's definitely the Genesee of Schwarzbiers.
Does it taste like Genesee, just darker color?
No, it's got just a little hint of the roastiness that you get with the black lagers, but not much. Yeah, if you did a blind taste test, you would know that you weren't drinking Genesee, but this could have been a lot better.
Yeah. But for the typical person that drinks Genesee, that's probably a real step up.
Oh, I'm sure. And you know what? I think back decades ago, this would have been the greatest thing in the world to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But now, after having had so many good examples of the style and knowing how great that style can be, this is an also ran. But I give him credit for trying.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and another no description here. We've got 4,000 total, 40 in the last 30, and 5.4% ABV, 26 IBUs, 3.55 bottle cap rating.
And I believe if you click on there, Joe, on Friends, I believe I gave that a 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Certainly not bad. Certainly not a bad beer, but a little bit small letdown.
Yeah. Your expectations are maybe too high with seeing Genesee in the name.
Yeah.
And what might Billy D have to say about Genesee? Oh yeah.
Camera angle is a little different than it usually is because of my thing that I did the other night. I was moving the camera around. So, but we still get to see the best part of Billy D. We still get to see the face here.
Oh yeah, the face is what matters.
Yeah.
He said face.
Boy, I'll tell you what, knowing Farkles is in the house, man, it's tempting to call an audible here and just have you play one of the dozens and dozens of compilations of Farkles burps that's on YouTube. But we will proceed as planned, though. I'll give you your choice here, Joe. Before we get to the good stuff, we do have something from the chairman. This is the video for a second, Mark, when you said you had watched him that I thought maybe you had watched, but I don't think this is the one. The chairman was having some major problems in this video, Joe. I know how you enjoy that. Do you want to?
Please.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He was having some problems in the one we watched, so I don't know.
He's
just having problems.
We'll see if it's the one. This might be the one you watched, Mark. Okay, there's the link.
All right, there's the link.
And just to set this up, I'll tell you that the chairman was saying, let's get back to work. Let's reopen, blah, blah, blah. And the chairman has been putting coronavirus in his video titles, obviously, to get clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that it's time for him to start putting enjoy a 40 ounce and chug a 40 ounce back in the video title. But he is admitting now that perhaps he jumped the gun a bit. So that's him. He admits that. So go to 1 minute, 50 seconds.
This is Vegas.
That's Vegas video.
Oh.
Unless the chairman bought a dilapidated Nissan. I don't know.
And is sitting in the back of his Nissan, not a Camaro or
Corvette.
Well, you know what? Okay, yeah, you know what? I don't know how I screwed up on that.
Forge beer.
Okay, well, since we have Vega up here, what this is, and that's funny that you can now recognize the video by just the image there. This is Vega's response. Remember last week we were talking about the splotches on his dashboard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is Vega's response to that.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is good.
So just play the intro. Just start at the intro and go up to about 1 minute, 20 seconds.
So it appears that a certain group of craft beer cunts has called into question certain aspects of the dilapidated dashboard in the dilapidated Nissan, making comparisons to Count Bowski's ball cap and whatnot.
And whatnot. Emphasis
well, let me
on the
assure
whatnot.
you assholes, this is in no way a Count Bowski type situation. And I'm about to prove it right now.
Uh-oh.
Sorry to bust your bubble, but they're just stickers.
They're stickers.
From various Happy Meals.
Oh, okay.
That the kids have eaten in the dilapidated Nissan. Sodomites over here, folks. Motherfuck you, Cunt Bowski.
No, but we're focused.
Feel better now?
Yes, much better. Much better. And I'm staying focused on what I can see from here. And what I can see from here is I'm not really still sure about that.
We all know how NASA manipulated the footage of Apollo 11, and this Zapruder, as I mentioned in the comments, the Zapruder film doctored up. I don't think it would be that difficult to do some video manipulation.
Yeah, maybe we need to let's go back and look at this said video, because we need to see if there was some splicing in of the tape.
I think there's a few missing frames in this footage.
Yeah. See, boom, right there. Did you see how clean that edit was?
Yep.
That was a clean edit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm about to prove it. Right
Let's see. He's gonna prove it. But yeah, right there. Boom. Did you see that? Yeah. I don't know. Call me a conspiracy.
Shot the camera behind the grassy knoll. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not. That's. That was some pretty clean splicing right there.
No, and it could be 100% true, and it just proves that he's eating Happy Meals too. I mean,
what's up? And that still goes to the other side of our theory, where he's in the back seat trying to entice children.
Yeah, with Happy Meals. Hey, kid, you want a Happy Meal?
Now, the other theory that I posted
in the beer and Happy Meals just is not good.
The other theory that I posted, the other multi-hypotheses, is that footage was 100% authentic, but those stickers were pasted on top of something else before he filmed it.
Yes. Thank you very much. That is it. Yes, that was breaking news right there, folks. I think Bum is onto something here.
Yeah. So just as a follow-up to him showing that, just go to 5 minutes, 20 seconds, Joe.
Oh, sweet. There is more. But wait, there is more.
Bum, now that the dashboard situation has been put to rest,
no charge.
I think you should show the world what's in those binders. Freak. I think you should show the world what's in those binders. Freak.
And what's in those binders will remain a mystery to the MLDC.
Yeah, to the MLDC. What do they need to know for? They don't need to know.
Yeah.
It's on a need to know basis.
Right.
That is right there.
So there was Vega's response to our comments last week. Now,
and not without still conspiracy. There is still loads of conspiracy there.
Right. So now we will go to the chairman. I believe I have the correct video link this time around. I hope.
I hope a lot.
So if this is indeed the chairman this time, go to 1 minute 50 seconds.
Okay. I think we've got the correct video this time.
Oh, yeah, I think this is the one we were watching last night, Pam.
150. Here we go. Notice the and the there must be maybe some COVID hair happening here as well, because the eye hole to the top of the head ratio is getting kind of bum like right here. He might be taking advantage of the mask here, and we do need to give I was going to give the MLDC some credit for the mask, but you know what? There's a mouth hole here, so that's not really safe. Can't give them credit for that. You're exposing the mouth, right? Turn it backwards. There now you're talking. Turn the mask backwards.
Just like Trump saying, "Oh, well, I think we might have to. We don't need the coronavirus pandemic."
This is the effect of liquor.
Yes. Here we go. Let's see this.
Listen to this. You got to listen to this straight through.
Now you got to. The whole setup here is what's happening, because there's a whole setup here. It's the. Okay, I got to even get the thought together, because the thing. That's the only part that was missing. Pinky's out and going the thingy, right? That's the whole part that's missing.
Just like Trump saying, "Oh, well, I think we might have to."
I think that's an exact Trump quote right there.
We don't need the coronavirus pandemic.
That is a direct quote, isn't it? That's a direct quote. Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a direct quote.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wax on, wax off. Wax on.
We don't need the coronavirus pandemic.
We just need to wax our cars more. That's what we need. We need to wax the cars.
Coronavirus pandemic.
Just wax your car more. As a matter of fact, I think we all need to get together and clean Dash a little more. Vega needs to clean his dash more. This was the only part. This was the only thing missing.
You know what I mean?
What
brain seizure? Time to get coronavirus back in the malt liquor title.
I think he got corona.
Video, Coke 45 did double the malt.
Oh, show's starting.
Now he's still trying to think here while he's tapping.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's going to tap that beer open. Look at that. How many taps is that?
He's still thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Boom!
Malt liquor video, Coke 45 did double the malt.
What? Oof. Swelling in the head. Oh, man. Head hurts. What? Oh boy!
I want to know. Was this the second malt liquor video of the day?
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah.
What? The committee. That's
committee. Whoa! That's it. Boom. Syllables in committee for me.
But the thing was, it wasn't committee.
That's still not it. Yeah.
It's still not it. So while he is playing his music, he's frantically Googling at one point.
Yes.
Go to 705, Joe.
Okay. Yeah. This is a good one. I'm destroying this one. This is great.
Coronavirus task force. That was it. Thank you, Google, for that. Where will we be?
Yeah, it was killing him. It was killing him.
It was funny though. He was playing that, and you said windows dropping down. He was searching.
Is that the one you watched, Mark?
Yeah, this is what we watched last night. Now, all you got to say is he eats almost this whole bag of the crab chips.
See, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah. He shovels those things down. And I bet those things taste like crab dip is probably what they taste like.
Oh.
Sea bugs, Joe.
Yeah. Sea bug crab flavored chips.
I think he must have stock in Utz. Regional brand.
You're starting to learn his lingo, Mark.
Yeah.
Regional brand. Doing a crab chip. Plucked straight out of the Chesapeake bag.
Well, he can still read. That's good.
That's good. I like that. That's good humor there. Plucked straight out of the Chesapeake bag.
Yeah, he didn't have to go by memory or nothing with that because Lord knows that would have been another 10 minutes. That's my head working. Right out of Chesapeake Bay. I wish this was on the label. I could read it because my head hurts. This is awesome, man. This is great. What else do we have, Bum?
Okay, let's see here. We got some. Let's see. We'll go to Mr. Met next. This isn't spectacular, but it is kind of historic because, to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time that Mr. Met 40 ounce has ever acknowledged the Share a Beer show. So we should play that just based on its historic significance.
Yes.
So just go to 4 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay, 420. Oh, 420. He said 420. He said 420. He said 420.
We don't have that problem in the malt liquor drinking community, I'll tell you that much. Everybody in the malt liquor drinking community that's part of this is gainfully fucking employed in a career field that they can be fucking proud of. Either working class or white collar type of work, either way. And it's something you can be proud of. If you fucking sit around on that fucking V-bar or that Share a Beer bullshit, that fucking V-bar or that Share a Beer bullshit.
Yeah, I like that.
On that fucking V-bar or that Share a Beer bullshit.
Yeah. That was well said. I like that.
Fucking unemployed, fucking smoking goddamn drugs and being a fucking overall piece of shit. Just fuck yourself. Go fucking kill yourself. Bull liquor, fucking label out, motherfucker. All homebrewers. Fuck you, dumb cunt.
That was a good rant. I like that. That was a classic.
Dr. Stephen Multurin fucking making great content about every other day or so. J Vega 419 put out an outstanding fucking dilapidated Nissan crew liquor video. There will probably be a dilapidated fence crew Stockton edition liquor video for me this week. It's supposed to get over 90. And that's not ideal ski mask weather. When it's over 105, it is ideal ski mask weather. So I'll do another one once we get into the middle of the summer and it gets like that. Malt liquor.
Mr. Met can go on some tirade sometimes.
That was great.
All right.
That was well done. I got it. What would you rate that tirade, Mark? What would you call that? 1 to 5 stars. What would you call that?
I'd give it a 4. I'd give it a solid 4. Yeah,
that was really good.
That was he wasn't reading off a script. That was from the heart, I think. And
yeah,
he was genuine. So
yeah, he didn't have to tap the glass like 500 times.
He
didn't have to Google anything.
Kentucky.
No, he's in California.
Okay. He's got the wrong Paul.
He's near Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was really good. I got to give it to him there. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I just have a feeling that unlike the other MLDC guys who we know have watched the show, I have a feeling that Mr. Met has never actually watched the Share a Beer show because he is lumping us in with the people on the V Bar, which definitely a different group of people.
Yeah.
So,
but he's aware, and that's all that matters.
He's aware. That's the first step to redemption.
Yeah. That's the first step to coming on the show live.
That's like the MLDC 12-step program. You got to be aware.
We're still in negotiations with the MLDC. We are in current negotiations.
Yeah, we still haven't heard the counter offer from Vega.
Yeah, we have not got the counter, but there's an offer out there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Finally, and I mentioned this last week, we had so much show hate last week. We ended up with some leftovers. This is the spillover show hate from Falstaff from last week. So just go to 2 minutes 40 seconds.
All right. Oh man, we got
over hate.
Born in Canada equals your effing Canada a-hole right there. 248.
240.
Oh, 240. 240. There we go.
Said another fuck you to the fucking slobs on the Share a Beer show.
All right.
Fucking Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Your readership of 2. You can find your fucking scribblings, Mark, to the inside of fucking toilet stalls in the men's room. For a good time, call Mark. Fucking scribblings, Mark, to the inside of fucking toilet stalls in the men's room. For a good time, call Mark. Toilet stall, the fucking scribblings, Mark, to inside a fucking in the men's room.
That's a great
good time, call Mark.
Visual aids there too. I like that.
Dude, boom! That was a good burn, wasn't it? That was
solid, yeah.
That was solid, man. No, there was no breaks in that. It was straight through, well thought out, and he's pretty much he's well into that 40 right there too. So that you got to give him that because once the malt hits, it generally starts just taking care of it, wipes out memory, and he did a good job there.
Disgusting. Ugh. And fucking Bum.
Oh, Bum, yes.
Pirates, fucking worst organization in fucking, not just in baseball, and organized fucking athletics anywhere.
Yeah, well, we all know that. Come on.
We know that.
Yeah.
Willie Stargell, easily the most fucking overrated first baseman ever.
Yeah.
Dave Parker, a fucking bum. Roberto Clemente, who's a fucking attention whore. Andrew McCutcheon.
Wow.
Guy fucking went off a fucking cliff. Good riddance to that guy.
Oh, man.
Ralph Kiner. Only really came into prominence fucking from Kiner's Corner. Predecessor to Piper's Pit. Fuck you fucking assholes. Share a beer. Oh, God. More liquor label out.
That little giggle's funny, man.
Oh, God. Fuck you fucking assholes. Share a beer. Oh, God.
That is good, man. You gotta love that little giggle. That little giggle is great. That was a good one. That was definitely. Am I playing more, Bum?
Yeah, you know what? The show hate is done, but we're just going to give a little postscript from Falstaff here, a little bonus to everybody.
Yeah.
Go to 11 minutes, 10 seconds.
All right, 11:10.
And I fucking readily admit yesterday's malt liquor video was maybe a bit too long. I had some shit to get off my chest, though.
Oh.
Kind of like your old lady.
Oh!
Fucking shit to get off her chest. I'm not going to say my semen because I wouldn't fucking touch that fucking bitch with the barge pole. She's got some fucking hair to fucking get off her chest.
Oh.
The woman is fucking disgusting.
Oh my God.
Label out.
That's it.
Product.
Oh man,
that was definitely good, man. He definitely comes up with some good ones, and he did not disappoint this time.
Yeah,
around. Absolutely not.
So on those parting words from Falstaff, that is all for that this week.
Well, thank you very much, Billy D. Another Class A liquor report, as usual. Works every time, baby.
Don't thank me. Thank those guys. They provide the content.
Yeah, well, you report on it, and another really good, solid malt liquor report, as usual. Thank you, Billy D. Appreciate it. Bum. Appreciate it. I'll be putting another low quality. Well, it's a decent beer, actually. The Flyjack by Firestone. Their hazy IPA, 96. The Flyjack 96 for 96 calories, I believe it is. This one's not bad. It's not bad, for what it is, Summertime beer, lawnmower beer. It is hazy. It is light. Is what it is, as they say. Give it the old Earth Tappa. Nice and hazy, and it's definitely light. Get that nice, big grapefruit, citrusy type smell. Another one of those beers, you buy it, mine came in a cardboard 6-pack, and man, I could crush these. I mean, and they're 96 calories. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? And by the way, old school Dogfish Head glass with the big, nice, weighty base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this glass drinks so well. Although the mouth hole here, the opening is really narrow, but it is a nice glass. I don't use it too often, but I would love for malt liquor to even comment on a glass, period, let alone, but you got to have some class to use a glass, man. We all seen how that works out. Let me Google. Where's Coach when we need him? We need to find out what Coach thinks about that. We need to find out what Coach has to say. Let's get to some of the comments here real quick. We've got Kingdom Down. No charge. Hey, what's going on, my dudes? Are we all drinking nicely?
As far as you know.
Havana says Farkles is a legend. And how do you guys know each other? I don't know. How do we know you? I don't know you. I don't really know Bum and Mark either. Who are those guys? Just some guys that show up here. I don't know. Who are you guys? How do we know each other, Mark and Bum?
That is basically how we know each other. We just showed up one day.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
The truth.
And we just never went away. Right?
And we never went away.
Yeah.
You show up enough times, you kind of get to know somebody, right? Ain't that how it really is? Like, you don't really know people you work with. They just kind of keep showing up to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just a habit. Well, I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. You just kind of end up knowing each other.
Unlike work, though, we don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of do, right? Because it's like, it's a hobby. It's an interest. It's something you just feel obligated to do. You feel like you have to do it. I feel like I have to do this more than work sometimes.
I've never felt that I have to in the sense that I don't want to, which I feel about work all the time.
That's true. Yeah. Like,
well, I honestly do feel a lot of pressure because all those zeros Joe sends me on those checks. I mean,
true. Getting paid, son.
That's right. More zeros, more pressure.
That's right. Lots of ones and zeros. Zeros are first, though. The zeros are first, and then there's a one way in the back.
Yeah. So your paychecks for the share bear are kind of like total harmonic distortion on a high quality amp.
Exactly. That's exactly how it works for all the audio geeks out there. That's exactly how it works. So we also have how do you guys know each other? I'd rather watch 69 new music videos than this.
All right, ahead. Be my guest.
Have at it. Can't miss you till you're gone. Oh, we have good to see you, Joe D. Been years since I've seen you. I think I remember the Master Sergeant on here, man. That's what that is, right? The Master Sergeant.
Yep.
Based on the uniform, it looks like he's got a. Yeah.
I think I remember. I think I do remember seeing him pop on here. SWW. Huh. What is that?
The chairman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. SWW. Regional brand crab chips, of course. Yeah, he was just talking about that.
Oh, they use Old Bay seasoning. Okay, I could believe that.
Who is that guy with the mask? Exactly. Who is that guy?
Who is that masked man?
Yeah, apparently he doesn't even know who he is. He has no idea. Mr. Med is a good dude. That was kind of funny. It was a great rant. I got to give it to him. That was good. That was solid. Like that. Malt liquor from Robert. Oh, there's Zach. Hey guys, have some ribs. About to come off the smoker. I'll jump on after I eat if you're still going. Well, there's probably a pretty good chance of that. You know this. And then we have a comment from Bum. And then Tom says, "What's up, guys? I'll put another." Oh, no, wrong link. You don't probably want another link to malt liquor video, that's for sure. You don't want to abuse your eyes like that.
We don't want to ruin his evening.
Yeah, we're off to such a great start. Yeah. So if Tom wants to jump in, you're more than welcome to jump in. But so what are you having now, Mark? Are you on to anything else?
I'm just about done with this, and I'm going to switch it up and go to a Russian Imperial Stout after this. So I'm going to go. This one, Old Rasputin. I've got an Old Rasputin. On the C word again.
I was going to have a stout. I was going to have a pretty popular chocolate stout there, actually, that I have in the background of the picture, now that I notice it. But
Belgian Beaver.
No, actually, the Samuel Smith's there.
Oh, Samuel Smith's nut brown. Okay. Or organic. Yeah.
Yeah, organic. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
To
me, it's the best one.
Yeah.
He remains the best chocolate.
That, for how long already has that beer been made? It's ages.
It's around 2012 because I remember I can play certain events with certain memories, and this is one I can remember. It was around 2012 or so that beer came. So we're pushing a decade now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Young's too. Young's double chocolate is pretty good too, but it's a sweeter chocolate. Yeah.
So here's the interesting story that I have that has to do with lockdown too. Lockdown drinkers lose their thirst for Budweiser and Stella.
See, that just proves when they can't drink, they actually get better taste.
I was going to say, there are some positive things about the lockdown.
Yeah. Exactly. Revenue from those brands dropped 11% in the first quarter, about twice the rate of decline for the company's overall portfolio of more than 500 labels. Wow, I did not realize they had that many labels. Shipments plunged the most in China, where the effect of COVID-19 lockdown hit hardest because they started earlier than in the U.S. and Europe. So this is interesting, man. And like you guys were saying, as people drink, they might start there. They might start with Budweiser.
Interesting though, because I think in most states, liquor stores never closed. They were considered essential business.
Yeah.
So that just proves that when people are home and actually have time, they want to actually enjoy what they drink, not just Yeah, that is interesting though. When people have a choice and they have some time on their hands, they'd rather drink good beer than crap.
Yeah, absolutely. You might start out with what you already know, Stella. A lot of people went to a bar and would have Stella, or Budweiser, or Bud Light, or you know what I'm saying, any of the big boys. And then eventually you get to a point where you're just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this beer.
Yeah.
Well, like the Samuel Smiths we were just talking about. Let me go ahead and try that. I've seen that. Let me buy a bottle. I don't know what they are in your area. They're typically $5 something here a bottle.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, and it's a good size. It's a solid. I don't know, what is that? 16, 17 ounces, something like that.
Yeah,
it's a good size bottle.
Yeah.
And especially that beer specifically. Once you have something like that, and you've been drinking these light lagers forever, and maybe that's your first dark beer, quote, dark beer you've ever had, and you have something like that has that kind of flavor and that kind of chocolate and that kind of nice malt sweet body to it, you're like, oh man, forget about it. I got to try more of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. What anybody you guys know that has been sampling more beers since lockdown and more different beers?
Me personally, no. The people I know stick with what they always do, and that includes drinking lousy beer and drinking good beer. Everybody's sticking. Nobody's converted during this during these tough times.
Okay, what about spirits? Has anybody been sampling different? Well, I know Mark has, but anybody been sampling different spirits? Any spirits that you might not have had, whiskeys or vodkas that are different? I know when I was on Rod J's show, now it's been a couple of weeks ago, he had a coffee tequila on there that I had not even heard of, and blew my mind. I had never even heard of coffee. I'm looking it up now. Tequila. I'd never heard of such a thing, but my eyes are open now, man. I'm telling you right now.
Coffee tequila, huh?
Yeah. There's coffee flavored tequila now, and Rod J says it's fantastic. Here's I'm going to share the screen here in a second. Here's some Patron XO Cafe. And apparently it's at my Total Wine right now in aisle 7. And I need to go buy it. But
yeah, I mean that's
for $20, it's still Patron.
Yeah.
And now you can have it in your coffee. Hello. That's something I need to check out. Same day delivery available today. Maybe I just should do that and have it delivered. I have not had liquor delivery yet. Who has had liquor or wine delivery?
No.
Or beer, for that matter.
I haven't, but Paul has. Paul's been doing that for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, has he? Okay.
What is the brewery? Local brewery there.
I've been seeing it offered a lot. You know, I've been getting the different apps that say they'll deliver in an hour to your door, but I haven't tried any of them yet. And Total Wine has offered same day delivery.
Yeah,
quite some time. I've never done it.
I've been ordering from a local brewer there in Pittsburgh. I can't remember it, but he says, yeah, they just drop. You know, he set up the account online and they just literally drop it off on the porch and ring the doorbell, and that's it.
I'm curious to know who that is. I'm assuming, obviously, it's one of the ones close to him.
Yeah. Right. Oh. Reformation Brewing?
Reclamation?
Reclamation? I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know them. I've never had any of their stuff, but
let me see. He sent me a picture of it a couple weeks ago. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, he says it's been working out pretty good.
Look at this stuff here. Now I'm looking at all kinds of coffee liqueurs. Cova coffee liqueur from Mexico. Elegant and rich. Cova coffee liqueur is made with roasted espresso with hints of nuts and dark chocolate. Both balanced and refined, this liquor is perfect to sip on the rocks or to try in a White Russian for a classic cocktail. For $11? For a $7.50? $11? Dang, son. That's what I'm talking about. I'll make a drunk out of you real quick, wouldn't it? Look at that.
That's a pretty good price there. Yeah.
That is a damn good price. Yeah, but there's some others too. Well, I'm trying to think of. Well, I'm trying to find the one that. Yeah, I don't see it here right off the bat, but it's the one that actually Rod J had recommended, but I don't see it. The tequila, the coffee tequila that he recommended, but man, all these different coffee tequilas sound good to me, man. I love coffee and I like tequila, so hello. You know, nice little shot of tequila in the morning on a Sunday. Hello.
Wake up, just ready to go.
I mean, that's now. Oh, here's a good comment right here from Vega. Bowl cut, bum. Time to. Anybody tell me where to find a good absinthe?
Oh, you should be, man. If you're in Tennessee, Vega, you should be able to find something. And any liquor store probably would have it. That's something that's being sold more and more now.
Yeah, that's
that liquor that's made from what? Wormwood? Is that what it is?
That what it is?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, you know, I'm kind of.
It causes you to go crazy, I think, but not really. Anybody who drinks malt liquor is already crazy, so it can't hurt you anymore.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Maybe Vega drinks malt liquor as a result from too much absinthe in the past.
That might be it. Yeah. Sorry, you were absent during the hour part. Oh. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that in liquor stores, even here. So.
Oh man, they won't same day delivery to my address.
Ah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Too far away.
That was a buzzkill. Hints of nuts and dark chocolate. Monday night at Joey's house.
Dark chocolate.
He's actually better at the comments there, isn't he? That was a good comment right there. Monday night. Hey, and how would he know? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's got to wear the mask. And that's why the dash is like it is. Just say it. Right? All those things go together hand in hand. Oh, now now Mark had a peach beer. I've got a Mozango. Boom. Lagunitas Mozango.
Must have mango in it.
Yeah. This is a 2018 one-hitter series right here. 7.7% ABV on this bad boy. I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't even. I know I had some of these, but I just don't remember it too well. Let me see if I can. Here it is. Mozango. There can't be too many beers named Mozango, for Christ's sake.
No, probably not.
It's got to be pretty original, yeah. So I have to quit that screen and then share another screen so I can share that screen. Make any sense?
Yeah.
So here we are, 28,000 ratings on here, 169 in the last 30 days, 7.7% ABV, 30 IBUs, and a 3.78 bottle cap rating. A mosaic hopped ale brewed with mango in all caps. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. So what's at the heart of it? Is it the patient and diligent servant or the committed messenger through their many routes and vessels? The salient soldiers sing. Oh, come on, give me a break. Get to the beer. From seed to sprout to fruit and back to seed. I think that kind of references Vega's Monday night comment, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're all tangled of the same vine, and they didn't do a damn thing about describing the beer in this whole description. Give me a break. I wasted my time with that. Here's the fly jack, though.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are curious, 12,000 total, 1,900 in the last 30 days, 4% ABV. That's why I'm saying you could crush these things. 25 IBUs and a 3.47. I mean, it's not bad. Everything you want from a hazy IPA with nothing to weigh you down. This is Flyjack Firestone Walker's new 96 calorie beer. Maximum flavor, minimal calories, no compromises. Boom. It's really not bad, man. I mean, come on, kids. If you have 6 of these and you act like you're hammered, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? You're not. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever see someone act like they're hammered off of a 6-pack of 3.2 beer? You're like, come on, you're not hammered. You're completely sober. Give me a break. Quit trying so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You've had 6 beers, but you're not drunk. Here we go. Let's see if we can wake Neary up. Oh, a little smoke, but not enough to wake the king of smoke up.
I saw a wisp of it come out there.
Yeah, there was a little smoke, but not enough to wake him up.
He might stir a little bit.
Yeah, but not much at all. Yeah.
He probably dreams and smoke.
So a lot of head on this one. Of course, I should have had this when it was cooler, but it does look kind of cool and a lot of froth on there, a lot of foam. It does make it hard to drink, though, I have to admit. Yeah, no. No. Don't age it a couple years. Just do yourself.
Not recommended.
No. Don't. We're professionals, kids. Don't do that to yourself. But all due credit. Look at that bottle cap, man. That is a clean ass bottle cap. So hats off to Lagunitas for that part, but I don't know, because that that didn't hold up very well. But I don't know. It kind of shouldn't, right? I mean,
no, that kind of beer that's one of those ones you want to drink within a few months.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, whew, good Lord, yeah, that did not hold up well at all. There's still like I don't know what the hell is happening in the middle of this thing. It's like a cloud in that thing, like a lingering little. Can you see that right here? It's right in the middle of this thing. It's like I don't know. It almost looks like someone hocked a loogie in there. I don't know if you can see that, but
oh yeah. Actually, I think I do.
Special.
It's kind of
service you got on the bottling line.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe that is a loogie. Maybe someone from the malt liquor community got in the line there, the Vernon Shirley line, and was like, huh, you know? And that's why it has that extra little funk to it. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, here's another comment from Vega. Melt a sugar cube in it.
That's the absinthe.
Absinthe, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got Cregan in here. What's up, guys? And you know what? Has anybody... Okay, we've got some coffee drinkers here, right? And Mark, how's that pour over coffee?
It's working excellent. I'm really, really enjoying it. Good stuff. Yeah, much
You're
better.
getting really good at it now. I mean, you've
much
done
better quality of coffee. Yeah, it's just, it takes a little extra time, but it's worth it.
I don't. Does it really though?
I mean, total time is about the same, but when you're doing a pour over, you've got to be involved.
Yeah,
you just hit the button, and you've got to wait for the machine. So instead of sitting there waiting, you actually have to be doing stuff. But it takes like 3 minutes, probably all in to do it. So it's well worth it.
It's well worth it. So, what do you think about the latest kind of? And it's not a new thing, but it's just the latest kind of thing is adding a little salt to your coffee. Have you experimented with this?
I tried that on Friday. I put like a quarter teaspoon of like Himalayan salt in the coffee grounds before I poured, before I started putting water through it. And it tasted a little bit like salt.
What I am told,
it's supposed to reduce the acidity a little bit.
Like the bitterness.
Yeah. But the coffee I'm doing that's been the biggest thing I've noticed with the pour over coffee is the bitterness is pretty much gone now.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's not as much of an issue.
No.
And here's the thing, like if you're, and I kind of compare it to beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, what are the beers? Corona. Here's one. A lot of people literally will pour a Corona, and immediately before they even begin to even think about taking a sip, they salt it and they lime it, they fruit the beer, they, and there's a little bit of that bitterness because of the hop they use. It's a little bit of that bitterness in that beer. And I think that's what people are doing. It's a whole science thing with your tongue, really. It's not necessarily, it's what the salt chemical does on your tongue. Oh yeah, baby. But it affects the way you're tasting that beverage. So when I started thinking about it, the more I thought about it, I'm like, this really directly relates to beer because a lot of beers get salted. There's a lot of I don't know, lesser quality beers, just different beers, really. They're always light lagers, and they're either German or Mexican, typically Mexican beers that have a certain tang to them, if you will. And you salt them, and that lessens that sort of bitterness in that beer. Same thing with lesser quality coffees that are typically really bitter. I've heard told that when you add the salt to the brew, it doesn't necessarily help it much or as much as if you just salted your cup. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't know. I just tried it. The only time I tried it was to put it, put the grounds in the filter, put a little salt on top, and then do the pour over thing. And
I guess
I could put it like in the cup and then pour the coffee over the salt. Is that what they're saying?
No. Just make your cup of coffee, make your cup of black coffee, and then just sprinkle some salt in there. A pinch of salt. Now that's the way I tried it. I've tried it now a few times. 2 cups, black coffee. So I make sure I'm sampling the same thing. I'll pour a few ounces of regular black coffee and then a a few ounces, and then pour a slight pinch of salt in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be damned if it doesn't make a difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
it changes the flavor a little bit. I mean, yeah, I don't know though. I put
but the worse the coffee,
butter in my coffee sometimes. I mean, I'd like salted butter, like
sure.
in there. So I'm getting a little bit of that salt kind of after the fact, and yeah, I like that flavor.
Yeah.
So it's just
and
the pour over coffee is better. It's less bitter anyway. So
what hot beverage do you have, if any, Bum?
If any, it would be tea, and even that's rare, extremely rare.
Okay.
So just hot beverages really they're not your jam at all.
Too much time, Joe. Too much time to prepare. Even in the microwave era, it's too much time. I require instant hydration.
Okay, so in the morning, what kind of beverage would you go for? Just water? Milk?
Actually, I open up a diet pop in the morning. Get my caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people do that. You know, they just have a diet pop, diet soda.
Yeah.
Diet Coke in the morning or whatever.
Usually Mountain Dew or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just not been a hot beverage person for a lot of years. And I've never been a coffee drinker. So it's been tea or nothing.
Okay.
And it's eventually dwindled down to nothing. But if it had to be something, it would be tea.
Hot cocoa?
I just haven't bothered. Somebody even gave me just as a Christmas, one of those half-hearted work Christmas presents a few years ago. Just a mug with some packets of hot with some Swiss Miss in it. I ended up letting them expire. I was just like, someday, never did.
What if it was Reese's flavored hot cocoa?
Oh hell, I'd have been on that like stink on.
I don't think we saw that in the whole list of Reese's flavored whatevers.
No, anything that I showed you guys with my wrappers or candies, I'll occasionally buy a product that has the Reese's name slapped on it. Mm-hmm. If I saw Reese's hot cocoa, I would probably try it just on principle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to look for that. Maybe it exists.
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is terrible.
Is that going to be a drain pour?
Oh, I don't know about a drain. I'm going to get it down, but dear God. Yeah, that is terrible. And I'm even saying that after having a Corona, and well, the Fly Jack's actually good. The Fly Jack is actually solid, but this is after having a Corona.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say the words, but there's some other beverages that I would even prefer over this. And you will not get me to say the words on a recorded show, that is for sure. But
Vega's a tea drinker, it says.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
That is rough. So Zach said ribs down, bones sucked clean. He knows what he's doing there. He knows what he's doing. Gonna grab a beer and I'll join in 10. I like coffee like I like my women, hot, strong, and black. Do you picture that coming from Vega? I like coffee like I like my women, hot, strong, and black. I used to be able to say that. I used to be able to say I like my women like I like my coffee, straight up black. But now I add cream to my coffee, so that explains a lot of my whole current situation. So, that explains a lot of everything. So, hey, Zach, are you a hot beverage drinker?
Sure.
So, what have you had this new to me at least, coffeed tequila? These coffee flavored tequilas?
No, the only tequila that touches my mouth is margaritas.
Ah, okay. So it has to be in a drink.
Yeah, or else it's too many bad memories.
Dude, tequila is that drink.
It's either
Right?
Daiquiris are perfect. Yeah.
Tequila is, you know what? You can mention tequila to people. I think everybody's at least tried it. Okay. I think everybody's at least in one time in their life had a shot of tequila. And it went one way or the other. And
I'll never turn one down. Like, you offer it, I'll do it with you, but it's not my favorite. I like brown liquor.
Okay, well, tequila covers that too.
Yeah, I've had some decent mezcals that have been okay, but I'd rather go bourbon. I don't know about tequila coffee though.
Yeah, I am super curious. Rod J kind of blew my mind with this stuff when I was on his show a couple weeks ago. And I'm looking at a Patron XO Cafe right now for 20 bucks.
I've heard of them.
I couldn't be more interested in this stuff. I'm like,
just get on the app and have it delivered within the hour and let us know what it tastes like.
I thought about that, and they don't deliver in my area in same day. I'm pissed.
I would write a complaint.
I swear it's dude, there is something about my zip code. I swear, I'm the only zip code in Phoenix that don't get same day or one hour delivery. It is insane. Literally, I could name areas that are just like boom right there, and they get every fringe benefit that Phoenix has to offer because we have so much delivery here. And
yeah, so that's why your house was like $10,000 cheaper than the one across the street. They're like, you don't get 1 hour delivery.
Yeah, it was cheaper, but unfortunately, my mortgage keeps going up because the value of the property is skyrocketing.
Yeah,
so it's
I've been loving delivery booze. Delivery booze have been great.
Okay, tell me about it because I have not. I just asked that question. I have not had any sort of liquor delivery recently.
So there's probably, let's say, like 30% of the breweries around here are doing delivery, which is cool. It's not my thing personally in my business plan, but I've got some delivered and it's worked out. They usually just have like a $50 minimum. And then I've also used the Drizzly app a couple of times just to get random, we'll get a case of beer, mix 6-packs or whatever, and then tequila for margarita mix. I think I got ginger beer to do some mules, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was that Drizzly, right? Yeah, I've seen that app advertised.
I've never heard that before. But
that's the one.
It's been pretty good. They'll get it to you within
an hour.
I think it's within 2 hours or something.
Okay, 2 hours.
You tell them what you want, and it's like a $5 delivery fee. For right now, that's worth it to me.
Heck yeah, $5. Heck yeah, all over that. So this $20 fifth goes to $25, and I don't have to get off my ass to get it. I'm all over that.
Yeah,
I mean that's what I pay for a lot of delivery right now. Anyway, I pay for I pay that not all the time, but I mean some deliveries of food, right? Grocery, you pay that. I haven't. Who's had grocery delivery? I haven't had grocery delivery.
We've been doing Amazon Fresh.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
How has that been for you, Zach?
It works great. I think when things were at their peak in that like 3rd, 4th week of April, that's when things were a little tougher to get. And deliveries, you had to really pick and choose. But right now, I could log on there right now and get an order by 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now I've heard about Amazon Fresh having like do they still have appointment time, like day time? Like you put your order day and you might in a few days or something?
Yeah, it's like they'll give you a 3-day window. Select today, tomorrow, or the day after. And then under that day, it'll give you what's available for delivery 2-hour windows. So noon to 2, and then there's like 8 windows a day.
Okay.
But I mean, it's worked for us. We have all of our meats here. I don't know how it is for meat because we get them from a local butcher anyways. But for whatever, like little fruit stuff for the kids or juice boxes, bread, whatever, it's been fine.
That's kind of something to me now. Mark, what would you say out of all the latest delivery fads? What would be something that you would keep using even if we were to go back to a quote normal? What would you keep using?
I don't know. Delivery works pretty good, but I kind of like getting in my car and going out and getting stuff.
Yeah. Now, just so people know, you're a work at home guy.
Yes. So getting out and going and doing stuff is a way for me to get out of the house because I'm Monday through Friday. I just walk upstairs and I work 24/7 if I wanted to, and I don't want to, so I have to go out and do stuff.
Yeah. So getting out to go do something is not a big issue. Bum, what would you say out of all the delivery things that are happening now is something that you would keep using?
Well, there's nothing that I would keep using because there's nothing that I have used. I'm different work situation than Mark. I leave home to work, but it's funny. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a pizza delivered here or anything. I don't even consider the delivery option for whatever reason. I still like getting in my car and heading out, even though I do it for work.
Okay.
I just haven't had to. I just don't even think about the delivery option yet. Not that I wouldn't rule it out someday, but yeah. I just like to head out and pick up whatever I order.
This might blow your minds, but I had groceries delivered. God almighty, I think it was. Man. Whew, I want to say it was like in 2000 or 2001, something like that. I tried grocery delivery at Furr's grocery store. We have Fry's here in Arizona, but in New Mexico in those days we had Furr's grocery store. And they were the first ones that I knew of that were trying online grocery delivery. And I tried it, and it was really good. The problem was it took so long to get your order together online in those days.
Yeah.
But everything they sent was good except for ice cream. Like ice cream was kind of by the time you got it.
We even had ice cream delivered from a local creamery here.
Really?
They're a small business, so we wanted to support them. So my mom got a batch for them and us and some neighbors and stuff, and it's pretty cool. They drive up. It's packed in dry ice, and it's pretty cool. And you get to play with dry ice after you eat the ice cream.
That's true. Yeah, which
the kids love. Some of the fun experiments you can do.
That's true.
I was doing online deliveries.
And if you're isolated at home, if you're in detention at home, you can have a lot of fun with your kids with dry ice. It's a science experiment, really.
I got grocery delivery though, way back probably 2008 through 2011 when I was working nights a lot more, and it was nice because you didn't have those daytime hours to go to the store.
Yeah.
And it was just easier. Like, okay, I got home, whatever time, here's the order, put it in, and it comes, you get everything put away.
It's kind of funny because a lot of us think of it as a new thing, the drive-through thing and delivery thing, but it's really not. you have to think about all the old school jobs. I mean, you used to get your milk delivered. You used to get certain groceries delivered.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day, which is actually goes back to like that roaring 20s, 30s sort of decades.
Hell, you used to get your ice delivered to your ice box from the Iceman.
Exactly. Now I grew up, and I'm sure some of you did. I grew up in LA, very big metro area. I didn't know farmland. I didn't have any idea what a farm looked like. You know what I'm saying? Outside of visiting a farm as a field trip as a kid, right? Because there's no farms in LA when I was growing up. But we had drive-through dairy, and you would drive up to the dairy, which was basically a convenience store, really. And your mom would order the gallon of milk. She would tell the guy would come up to your window. Yeah, I want a dozen eggs, gallon of milk, loaf of bread, I don't know, and whatever in the hell else, right? It was usually some small, quick things. And you would wait in line for this idiot for, I don't know, 20 minutes. I mean, it wasn't a quick thing, that's for sure. But I grew up going to the dairy to get like milk and eggs and basic butter. Which is kind of funny now because we're kind of going back to some of that stuff.
Yeah, I remember as a kid we had our milk delivered for years and years and years, and we had eggs delivered too. A local guy, and what I remember about it, he had you remember the Brady Bunch back, and they had that big Plymouth station wagon. That's what this guy had. He had that big station wagon, super big thing, and he carried, and he filled up the back of the station wagon with all his eggs for delivery. So that's what I remember.
Did it have the wood grain paneling on it?
What's that, Bum?
Did it have the wood grain paneling on it?
No, it was just like a powder blue. It was just all blue, and it had like 8 kids in the back, and Alice was riding on top. No, but yeah, we had milk delivered, every day up until probably high school, like so 82, 83 for me.
It's kind of funny. You guys may know I live literally down the street from a dairy, and I get my milk fresh from the dairy. Some of my butter, not all the time. I don't get my butter there, but I get my milk most certainly from the dairy. Literally fresh. It's out the street. They started delivering, which is kind of interesting because they do have old school glass milk bottles. And they have an old fashioned milk truck. They have one. And so they drive this milk truck to your house and deliver milk like it was intended back in the day. My grandfather was a retired milkman. He was a retired Teamster milkman in New York. That's what he did. And my mom's dad. And so it's kind of fun to see. I haven't had milk delivered yet since they started it. They just started it a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I live down the street, so it is one of those things like Mark and Bum said. I do like to do on a Saturday is get up early, go down there, get my milk. They give me the refund for the old bottles, and I exchange the old bottle. Get a credit towards the new.
Joe, you guys are getting kind of opened up down there. It sounds like, huh?
Yeah, well, Arizona was never really quite as shut down as other places. But yeah, we're most places have takeout. We're getting to shoot, it might be today or tomorrow or something, but you're supposed to be able to dine in with limitations, of course. Barbershops and all that sort of thing are open, so Bum can get it. He could fly to Arizona and
get a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but you've always been able to golf here. You've always been able to do certain things here that you couldn't do in some areas. But yeah, it is. It's hot, man. It's the heat has a lot to do with it. I'm convinced because when it's 107 and you're getting forest fires and all these other sorts of things happening,
nobody wants to be outside there anyways.
Yeah, well, when you live in a hot place, just like a cold environment, when you live in Minnesota, there's going to be certain things that Minnesotans are willing to do outside that a lot of us aren't willing to do in what's considered cold for us. But up there, you're willing, so likewise down here, 107 doesn't stop a lot of people from taking the kids to the park or doing something. Whereas if you're in Pittsburgh possibly and it's 100, you're like, I ain't going out there. What are you, nuts? You know what I'm saying? Over here, 110, I mean, give me a break. If you're not willing to do something when it's 100.
That's dry and humid heat too, because I love going to Phoenix and 110 doesn't bother me. I've been in Chicago and 95 degrees is the worst thing on the planet.
Oh yeah. Or down here, you get 95 degrees in July in Atlanta. Yeah, or 80. Yeah, we get a lot of those. We get a lot of 80s. Where the temperature is 85 to 90 and the humidity is 85 to 90.
Oh, it's just miserable. The last time I was in Chicago was late July, and it was 95 degrees, 90% humidity.
Yeah.
It was just horrible.
My thing though is it stops. It's like that in the morning to kind of in the afternoon, and then it stops, and then it goes away. Dude, 8 o'clock at night, it might be 100 here still. It might be 105. It doesn't stop. And it's the type of heat that'll make you squint. You're like, oh, the real heat kind of hit this week as far as like that, that kind of genuine 107. You know what I'm saying? Like it was 106 before, but this week it kind of was like, and it just and the sun just burned you, man. It just you can't stand in that sunlight too long. It just burns. There's nothing stopping it. And the thought of getting out there sometimes, even when it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, is still like, I ain't having it. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we have those massive temp swings that are just like, 40 to 70 degree temp swings that are just hell on your body. We're supposed to have a deep frost a little bit tonight, so
see that, and that's I can't imagine that. I'm saying living in Phoenix, I can't. I've heard I was listening to a podcast just yesterday, and they were talking about 30-degree weather or something like that. I was like, what?
Like our thing, we'll have an 80-degree day. And that'll swing down into the 30s at night.
It happens a lot. I mean, lots of times, 80 degrees during the day, and you wake up next morning and there's snow on the ground.
That's the big difference. Once it does warm up here, your temperature differences between the low and the high will only be like maybe 10 or 15 degrees. It just doesn't let up. And the funny thing is you'll appreciate that 95 or 100 degrees at 6 a.m. because you're like, oh yeah, this does feel cool. It just doesn't let up. That's the difference, man. That's the difference.
So I want to move to Coos Bay, so it's right on the ocean.
What up,
not even
brother?
30 minutes away, right on it. I'm stupid excited. I'm gonna go live on my trailer.
It's YouTube. Go on, John, just say something.
Coach in the backyard.
But
up, Coach.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Coach, you've got a panel of people there. Who's getting delivery now? Who's getting groceries delivered? Who's getting food delivery? Who's getting liquor delivery? Who's taking advantage of these things?
Yeah, we're in Idaho, so it's not a thing. Shelby, you? No, Kim?
I got a car and my legs work, so.
She's got a car and her legs work.
Oh,
I go pick up my own stuff.
Yeah, so it's not a thing.
Social distance.
We're tough in Idaho. In other words,
this is interesting, Coach, to me because
I do have horseshoes.
the older you are,
So we'll just go to Ross
the
Park.
more you remember delivery.
It's
The more
over
you
by the state
remember
park.
delivery of your eggs, your milk, your ice,
Yeah, they've got tons. They have clay pits
all
and
these
regular
sorts of
pets.
things. So it's kind
It's
of
a huge
funny
place.
that
They always have their yearly.
nowadays we're getting delivery again. You know what I'm saying? And now it's
right.
as you're being lazy if you do get things delivered. Whereas back in the day, it was that's the way things were.
Right. No, to be serious, no, we're not having that problem up here at all. Different place up here, but so far, yeah, everyone says no delivery. So.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mandy, Jody has a question for you. Live YouTube.
What's up?
Hey, Mandy, do you have any delivery? Are you taking advantage of any of the food delivery or liquor delivery? Any sort of that thing in your area, groceries?
I'm confused.
Grocery delivery or food delivery of any kind?
Oh, in our area?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like Instacart. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Do you try it? Do you like it?
No. So Walmart actually has something where they will deliver the groceries to you as well. I thought about trying that, but I just like to go to the store myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
I like to spend a lot of money that way.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that seems to be because I'm the same way. I do go to the store. What's funny is before this stuff happened, I would do more Uber Eats. Now
we got dropped.
Yeah, that's why I went off of that. I couldn't mute him. I don't know what's going to happen. You might
listen
not
close. Listen close. You'll know what's happening.
Yeah, he might not realize that thing's so cold. He might.
That mic picked up a lot.
But it's funny that now I actually go somewhere and get food, or I actually cook more than I used to because the drive-through and such are so long. Even as a single guy, I will actually cook something now, where I used to just hit a drive-through.
Yeah.
Or order Uber Eats. And now that food delivery is so big, I kind of go the opposite way. I kind of, I'll just make something here,
You know what? I'll just assume that sound that we heard before was him washing his hands. Because he did grab the food immediately afterwards. So that was hand washing that took place.
Yeah. Protecting himself from the virus.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, earlier we had a story about how the sales of like Budweiser and Stella Artois are going down as people that are in quarantine are, they've been in quarantine so long now that they actually prefer drinking better stuff. Have you seen anything or heard anything to that same vein or anything? The sales are down 11% on those big brands.
I don't know. How much were they down before? I feel like they were down that far below all this, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are just kind of getting away from it. Budweiser's losing a battle that they can't figure out how to win, and they will do anything to take everybody else down with them.
And then too, I think there's a huge push on supporting local, we see. I think what one of the big mistakes out of this whole shutdown was shutting down the way we did and shutting down the small business. And I think we all regret that, letting the big box stores stay open, and we shut down the little guy when the little guy actually supplied a lot of stuff to us that the big box stores don't, and gave us a lot of service.
Yeah, and I think we were kind of fortunate up here. I don't know if it's just how things are ran up here or not, but I know our Brewers Guild is very driven where some states aren't. So like our liquor stores are small, and we have all the smaller liquor stores still, and breweries were able to do to go and distilleries to go. Mm-hmm. So I mean that helped, I think, because it is pretty local focused for us. I wish people would start thinking like that with food as much as I see them doing it with alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, there was to me, I see it as one of the big mistakes, the Walmarts and the Targets and your big chain grocery stores got to stay open, and it just wasn't fair to your little mom and pop sort of grocery store or your smaller chain.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't get to stay open. They couldn't afford it, or whatever the case may be with the restrictions that were put on in particular areas. And I think that's a big regret out of this whole shutdown thing. And that's one of the big lessons learned, man. Like why didn't but we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now we have a little more experience, and hopefully if this sort of thing comes up again, we have this reference.
Walmart's a horrible fucking place anyways. If there is one place that I think coronavirus would like breed, it would be at the Walmart.
I can share with you my own personal story. Tuesday, one of the places I delivered at, and I happened to be the last delivery guy there before they shut down. They had a confirmed case, and luckily I didn't come in contact apparently with that confirmed case person. But that was an eye-opener for sure. I just found out Friday that I was, that close to somebody at least. So that was a big eye opener for myself personally. On a personal note, the chairman's in the chat now, and I know he would say that he wished it went the other way. But I'm telling you, that was a big whoa moment. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that person happened to be in a different part of the warehouse than I went to. But yeah, that was my past week and my big wow moment. You know what I'm saying? That happened. Well, as a matter of fact, yeah, he is chiming in there. Let's go over some of his comments real quick. The chairman, craft beer is tanking. Drink only malt liquor. I hope your brew pub goes under, Zach. Shut down the craft brewers. Die. Walmart is a great place.
Oh, the chairman in one of his better moods tonight.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bum burner account malt Mustang.
I don't know what he's talking about there.
Just cracked open a St. Ides.
Oh, sorry for you.
For the fifth time in the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
Any rebuttal there, Zach?
You'll get the Rona. You keep going to Walmart, I
guess. Yeah. It's funny when I deliver to Walmart, and you guys know in how much I actually do deliver there a week. That's one of the few places that makes me wear a mask when I go there, and they take my temperature.
We're all, I don't know if it's statewide or just Denver, but we're not allowed to serve someone or let anyone even into our building without a mask.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that on your post on Instagram. So what are you doing? So are you building something outside?
No, we're just refinishing some tables. I mean, the hours necessarily working the bar shifts aren't there for employees, but there's other ways for them to get those hours and earn some of that money. So do some spring cleaning, do some other work like that, and try to keep people busy for as long as they can while we've got the that small business loan that we have to use. So
okay, so you did take advantage of that, and
yeah, we got our PPP loan, but it's pretty strict, and there's still, I think, a lot of holes in it. But
oh yeah, a lot of holes.
You got to use it for payroll, rent, and utilities, and it has to be used from 8 weeks from when they issued it, or else you have to start paying it back.
Okay.
Yeah. If you follow the course, it's a grant basically. If you don't, then you're paying it back at
And I'd rather just, okay, here's what your average payroll was. Go ahead, but do some work on the side.
Yep, exactly.
It's one of those things that probably people like Steel Worldwide, who's a Walmart shopper, he probably doesn't really understand the genuine good of people, since most malt liquor people are just terrible humans. But those loans were not to further a business. They weren't to make anything easier on the small businesses. They were intended to keep employees employed for at least 8 weeks to make sure they're getting a check, which in turn I think was to unclog some of the unemployment lines. Another place most malt liquor people probably were hanging
out. Yeah. Well, I think at least my understanding of the intent of it was to keep people home, and so the intent of it, whether they worked or not, was to just keep people home, keep them paid, so we kept the economy going on some level, but to keep them home too. Otherwise, they'd be out trying to do whatever,
Yeah.
And so that was my understanding of the intent of these things. Initially at least was just to keep people home, get people money so they stay home.
Yep. No, I mean that's the big thing. I mean, because if you need to make money, you're gonna work it, but you're gonna have to make that decision. And if you are incentivized, or in other words, if you can keep essentially the same pay but stay home, then the thinking is that will help everybody,
right?
By keeping the spread of the virus down to a level that is manageable.
Right.
So that's the thing. Or you can just sit in your basement and drink malt liquor and forget about everything. So
we got a big F you, Zach.
Only the love.
And then Havana chimes in as well. We got Dave in here, man. Good evening, fellas. Mine Hayes Firestone Walker here. It's pretty good.
I had one of those last night.
And that's about as much of a description as you're going to get from Dave right there, too.
Yeah.
That's how I described mine. Word.
From 2 words to 3 words. It's pretty good. There we go.
Pretty good. Yeah, he took the words right out of your mouth, right, Bo?
Yep. He took the 3 words right out of my mouth.
And then Steel Worldwide, toxic has issues. So we'll end it right there, guys. Thank you very much for joining in this week's show, man. We'll see you guys next week. We're no more numbering of the week, whatever. We will just be back to show 553. It will be next week. So
time to go watch the first large sporting event of all this, right?
Oh, really? What is it? What?
The UFC has fights on tonight.
Oh, do they?
Live from Florida with no fans.
Okay.
Oh, real quick. Okay, so real quick, what you mentioned that, and you guys know how heavily invested I am in the NFL. What was your thoughts on the NFL releasing its schedule Thursday? Any thoughts on that?
We
Going
didn't watch it. Was it interesting at all, or was it?
Oh, I didn't watch. I just get 2 million emails about it because I'm in the Rams and
if Joe didn't watch, that means it was a piece of shit program.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, who really needs to watch the NFL releasing its schedule? Give me a break with that, man. Trying to make an event out of that.
Yeah, that's what they are. I mean, every sport is how desperate they are to get their name out there so people will watch them. I mean, you just gotta. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
The chairman chimed in. I'm bringing the hate to Mark.
All right.
Oh, and he says, uploading right now, folks. Oh, okay.
Oh, boy. Well, me and the boss will watch it later. How about that?
Who wears a watch in 2020? You know what?
Somebody who can read.
That's
How about
right.
that?
You have to be able to read a watch. And, you actually have to have some thought goes into it. You have to,
Yeah.
So those of us that can actually, that's what craft beer does for you. It has a lot of stuff in it, adds to your life, adds to all the good stuff that's happening in your brain so you can actually remember stuff and not just like tap on the sides of glasses and go, let me Google.
I mean, you could ask the question, who drinks malt liquor in 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who drinks malt? Thanks, bum. Yeah, who drinks malt liquor in 2020? Yeah, I have tons of questions on the NFL because you guys know I'm a season ticket holder, so it's driving me crazy right now that they just won't come out and say, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna have fans in the stands or we're not." Yeah, give us money. We don't need it, but give us money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead, just they could let us season ticket holders off the hook and say we're not going to have fans this year. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that. I've heard other issues where they say, well, we're going to have social distancing in the stands and all this sort of thing. I pay for those particular seats, pal. How is that going to work out, right? I mean, if you've got 30,000 season ticket holders. I don't know. It's probably not that high a number, but probably 20,000 season ticket holders. That's a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to social distance all of us? And I'm paying for 8th row. I ain't paying for some nosebleed seat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll see you, Zach. So that's my big thing with what's going on with the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, as a season ticket holder, I'm like,
Yeah.
It really grinds my.
They're doing all this stuff because they still don't know. I mean, they're trying to hold off as long as possible to make a decision. I mean, which, you can't blame them, sort of. They don't want to come out now and say we're not going to have fans in the stands. They're going to wait until June or July because games don't really start. I mean, they could easily say we're not doing any preseason games and we're going to wait till the regular season starts. So that gets them to what, mid-August, something like that? Yeah. They've got a few months to hedge and hopefully, but it's tough.
It is. It's really, because I don't want to invest thousands of dollars into this season. And then we get some season, they're like, oh, well, we'll put that money towards the next season. So you want
No, that
well, no, because now I need to charge you interest because now it's a loan.
Exactly. Yeah, that much money. Yeah. I just requested today to get a refund on the Rolling Stones tickets.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Because they said it was postponed, but they haven't come up with a date. And I'm like, they're not going to reschedule till 2021, and who knows? So I'm just like, nah, I'm requesting a refund.
And I assume that's Ticketmaster, right?
Yes, Ticketmaster.
Good luck, Mark. Is all I can.
Ticketmaster's the one that's been fighting it. And you know what? This year, for some reason, they switched. At least the Cardinals did. I don't know if the whole NFL did, but they switched to SeatGeek this year. So all the tickets, at least with the Cardinals, are going through SeatGeek.
Yeah.
They're not going through Ticketmaster like they always have.
The NFL has switched to SeatGeek. I think I remember them saying that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because they Ticketmaster was hedging, and then they said we're going to announce something in May, and then I logged into my account to check, and a week ago they weren't saying this, but now they were saying if it's been postponed but hasn't been rescheduled, you can request a refund, which they didn't have that before. So we'll see.
We have the chairman as we go out here. I'll be back in Pittsburgh, bum. I'll punch those glasses off your face.
Well, it's going to be a pleasure to meet you too, Steele.
I will fight everyone on the Sherry Beer Show. Meet me halfway. No real names, bum. Real talk.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know that he knows. You know what I'm saying? He's still thinking about it. He's still Googling stuff, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week, man.
All right.
Oh.
Later.
You guys next week.
See ya.